Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you all were able to make it tonight. We had some rain here, just poured like crazy at about 5:15, and then that stopped. So I don't know about the rest of you, but everything's been washed here now, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, this is our very last meeting for this Rotary year. So we'll start it off with birthdays and anniversaries, please, Sue.
Well, thank you, Miriam. We have 3 this month. On June the 6th, Heather McDonald will celebrate her birthday. On June 17th, Lynn and Rick Coates will celebrate their anniversary. And on June 25th, Sarah Bonkers will celebrate her birthday. And back to you, Madam President.
Thank you very much, Sue. Kitty, would you like to present the Eco Moment program for tonight?
I would like to very much, and let's keep our fingers crossed that it works. I have 2 videos actually, but the first one.
In a world that is experiencing the first impacts of climate change, one of the most significant transformations is occurring in the cryosphere. Glaciers, once emblematic symbols of snow's timeless accumulation, are now disappearing at an unprecedented rate, leaving a profound impact on our environment and communities. As global temperatures continue to rise, these ancient ice formations are receding faster than ever before, and the consequences reach far beyond the cryosphere alone. Glacier retreat contributes significantly to rising sea levels and threatens the delicate balance of our ecosystems. The rapid loss of glacier mass disrupts global water resources, leaving entire communities facing water scarcity as they rely on glaciers for their freshwater needs, and living downstream communities facing an escalating risk of glacial lake outburst floods. Collaborative efforts are crucial to understanding and addressing the complexities of the cryosphere's changes and to protect glaciers and their ecosystem functions. UNESCO World Heritage Sites are already witnessing this accelerated melting, with glaciers in a third of the sites set to disappear by 2050. In December 2022, the UN General Assembly declared 2025 as the International Year of Glaciers Preservation, accompanied by the proclamation of the 21st of March of each year as the World Day for Glaciers. This International Year marks a global initiative aimed at raising awareness about the critical role of glaciers, snow, and ice. It will highlight the economic, social, and environmental impacts of the impending changes in the cryosphere for our climate, ecosystems, and our communities. UNESCO and WMO are invited to coordinate the International Year, which aims to advocate for more ambitious mitigation, convene countries and communities affected by glacier loss, and mobilize the international community to share knowledge and best practices for preservation and adaptation. The International Year therefore provides a unique opportunity to preserve these invaluable resources and encourage collaborative efforts to safeguard the delicate balance of the cryosphere.
That's number 1, and give me just a moment and I can get number 2.
The chart I'm building shows the greenhouse gas emissions from producing 1 kilogram of some common foods. In other words, it shows how much they contribute to global climate change. Most fruits and vegetables are down here with relatively low emissions. Poultry and eggs are a little further up. Pig products are here. Coffee and chocolate are a little higher. But all of these pale in comparison to this food. It's the worst thing we eat when it comes to global warming. This is beef. When you only account for the emissions that go into the processing, transportation, packaging, and selling of a food product, the difference between these foods isn't so great. When you add the emissions from growing and processing food for livestock, you can see that animal products have higher emissions than vegetables. But the real gap comes from these two factors: the emissions associated with the farming process and the impact of land use change. Coffee has such a big footprint because of the fertilizers farmers use to grow it, which emit a lot of the greenhouse gas nitrous oxide. The farming process also accounts for most of the disparity between cow and sheep products and everything else. Cows and sheep have to digest food that most animals can't do as well, like grass and tough plant material. Their stomachs are microbe-rich to help them do that through a process called enteric fermentation. The byproduct of this digestion is methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. Some of those emissions come out this way, but 95% come out the front. If you've never heard one of these animals burp, there's an endless supply of YouTube videos for your viewing pleasure.
Really?
That was rude, sir.
Jokes aside, though, methane is a huge contributor to climate change. It's the second most emitted greenhouse gas after carbon dioxide. But it traps more heat than carbon dioxide. Its global warming potential over 100 years is 21 times higher. Among human-related activities, enteric fermentation is the biggest contributor to methane emissions globally, more so even than the methane emissions from burning fossil fuels. And it's a big reason why the farming process-related emissions for beef and sheep are so high. The second reason is land use change. Starting in the 1700s, the amount of land developed for humanity's purposes started to skyrocket. Only a tiny amount of this is due to our built environment, like cities, towns, and other infrastructure. A vast majority is for agriculture. And when you divide that up, you see that land for grazing animals far surpasses land for growing crops. Converting all that land to farms to make way for grazing or growing crops releases the carbon that was once stored in trees, other plants, and the soil. By contrast, nuts and citrus fruit and olive oil have negative land use emissions because planting nut and citrus fruit and olive trees is reforesting cropland. But chocolate has a lot of land use emissions because cacao farming results in tropical deforestation in Southeast Asia, Africa, and South America. And grazing animals take up a lot of space compared to crops. 80% of deforestation in the Amazon rainforest, for example, is to make way for cattle ranching. This is how many tons of greenhouse gases per capita we emit through all of our activities. Changing our diet to exclude high-emission foods has the potential to reduce it by 28%, by both reducing emissions and reforesting land. That's more than any other life change we could make. A lot of food emissions are unavoidable. We have to eat. But we do have a choice of what not to eat.
There are two little videos that I hope have given you a little bit more information on the environment. Lynn, I don't think I can answer these questions.
No, but did anyone see, it was on YouTube, my brother, Tori's brother-in-law sent it through to me, Blatten, Sweden, Blatten. They had a iceberg melt, come down the valley, come through the valley and wipe out the village. Now, they had, the geologists were on top of this and they evacuated the village, but it was decimated. It's gone.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. I couldn't believe it. I went,
if I can find it, I will. We could look at it.
it was, it was totally bizarre. And then leads into your iceberg. It was something there. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. The year of the iceberg preservation. We lost an iceberg.
Okay, so thank you very much, Kitty. And I got a text from Jessica. She sends her regrets. I don't think she's quite up to a meeting yet since she just drove all the way home yesterday. So we'll go on to the next thing, the review of our 2024-2025 Rotary year. Last week before, I think it was last week, Sue and I fought with Rotary Club Central and figuratively and literally fought with the freaking website and everything to do with it, and I'm still mad as heck at it, but I think we've more or less figured out what we've done this year. So we have reason to be proud of our club, but boy, sometimes it makes it hard. Anyway, the goals we set for this year and what we did this year. There are 22 goals that were listed, and I'm going to go through them all with you. So the goals started with club membership. Our goal was 21 for by the end of this year. As of today, we have 20. We'll talk about that later. Strategic plan. We did review our strategic plan this year. We didn't need to start a new one because we have a lovely one. Service participation. Our goal was 12. We achieved that. Our annual fund contributions. I don't know what the heck. Anyway, our goal was $2,000 US dollars. According to what I figured today, they're saying we've given 771 US dollars. I don't know because I can't get into the stuff that I wanted to. Polio Plus Fund contributions. Our goal for this year was 1,000 US dollars, and we actually, according to them, made 1,300. So we did really great there. We had our social activities. We had listed for 5 hubs, and we got 5 hubs. Service project, I had a goal of 8, and we've actually had 9. Yes. And I wanted to talk about that because I think we have reason to be very proud. During this Rotary year, we've had 5 things that were club related. Migrant workers, backpacks. We have given twice during this Rotary year. Last fall, we handed out 15 backpacks, and this April, we handed out another 20. I think that's extremely impressive. Our Cup of Kindness did really great again. Now, unfortunately, we're doing it by calendar year, and I guess eventually maybe we attune it to Rotary year, but what the heck? I don't care. I think Sue had actually listed on her Facebook that we had around 16 or 17,000 since we started in September of 2023 to the end of December of 2024. That is amazing. And because Sue and Bev and the support of the club, we were able to go after a district grant. We are actually now well over $1,000 for this calendar year. So fantastic, people. I am so happy about that. Roadside cleanup. Now, this is a little odd because, of course, we've had a lot of cold weather here this spring. But I know Bev and Sage do a great deal of roadside cleanup. I know Jessica did. I don't know that anyone else did, but that's okay. It's good for us. Our World's Greatest Meal for Polio was another service item. And I think in Lynn's financial report, I think it said 570 or something like that.
560.
560. So that's impressive too. And the last one that's a club thing is our passport hugs. I think that it's really nice that we send out positive communication to people when they're having a tough time. And I think that's a really lovely club thing. On the individual side, and you have to realize, being a passport club, a lot of it is your individual stuff that you like to participate in. You don't have to have it in the club to do Rotary stuff. Of course, the Ottawells are big into stuff, especially the Hand Up, which is a fantastic program. Heather is always busy with Ryla. I think she was the treasurer for the program this year. So it's amazing. Rich has been busy with Race to Erase and his #local and the book that he does, and he's doing now, working on one for in the Chatham-Kent area. And of course, we have about 4 of our Rotary members that we know of who are participating in Kiva, which is fantastic as well. That's a lot. You know, when you come right down to it, you got to all give yourselves a pat on the back, right? Because this is great. And when people look at a passport club, and I've had it said to me, oh, well, that's just a social club. No, it's not. We do what we can do as best as we can do it. And Marilyn, I wanted to say how glad I was to see your posting on Facebook this week about the MRI thing in the Strathroy Hospital. Man, that's a great achievement. Thank you so much. So when you look at it, boy, we really are people of action to whatever level we can. And also something, we're always saying to Kitty how great her newsletters are for our club, but she also has spent this year doing the foundation newsletter for our district. And she always,
the previous 2 years, so
the
3
2 years.
years.
And you're also doing the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1, their newsletter. So,
Yeah.
man, that's a lot of things that our club members do. I'm very happy about that. It makes me so happy to see that we are an active club, even though we can't really get together in person and that we're not all in the same direct area. It doesn't matter. We still do things that are important. So the next thing we had is, and I'm not looking at a lot of the stuff. We did have 3 people attending the district conference that I know of. We got a couple of media stories out about our club projects. We got that done. Yeah, that's about it as far as that's concerned. So, I mean, this has been a fantastic year in a lot of ways. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. And it's been fantastic. Now, there is one downside, and I have to mention it. We're losing a bunch of members at the end of this month, and it's sad, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. People have their lives change and things move on in a different way. And if you can't participate that way, you can't participate that way. Though I have to say that getting all the different information in, the first thing that I was thinking was it something I said? Because, boy, that hit me a little hard there. But, you know, we do what we can do. And we know that there's enough people here that even if they're not staying on as members, they're still ready and willing to help if we call on them. So thank you all. And it's okay. It's okay. We're going to start off with a new year and the same goals, really, pretty much to do what we can do as best as we can do it to make the world a better place. And I think that we all have to credit ourselves for having done so, and be proud, man, oh man, because I sure am. So that being said, I just wanted to just say we're changing over as of today. Our new officers and board is coming in. It's really not much of a difference. I'll be president again. Sue will be secretary. Now Lynn will be handing over treasurer to Jessica I hope, Lynn, that you'll have enough patience, because right now with Jessica's mom, it's, but we'll manage.
Yeah,
Right?
it's not to worry, not to worry. That's why, we're fine
We will manage
in there.
And now service is going to be under Sue's jurisdiction. And Kitty is still going, hopefully, to be doing the newsletter, and Rick is still going to be one of our directors. Did I miss anybody? Because boy, I didn't write anything down. So
membership, I think Deb is still planning
she
to.
said she would try, but she's been having, the last couple of years have been extremely tough for her, but she will try, but we will see what we manage. Just remember to say to people, this is an alternative if you can't manage a regular club. Anyway, so as of right now, we're switching over and we're gonna keep going. So that's all I had to give for information for this changeover. And I think we're gonna go over to Sue for the Did You Know? Maybe you can let us know how the totals are coming along with that.
Nobody is really guessing very well.
I think so.
I could use some more information, some more questions. So feel free to send me those. Now, I'll tell you, first of all, for May, the question was, did you know I was the runner-up in my elementary school spelling bee? Who am I? I did not put in everything that I had been given because it would have given you too much information. As a result, we did not get any correct guesses. We did get 2 incorrect, but let me give you the rest of what I received and see if this helps your guessing. So I ended up going to Cass Technical High School and Michigan State University with the winner. Last year, I sent her a text on Facebook reminding her of that time period. Now, does that help you to guess?
AC.
So somebody said AC. Lynn said AC. I'm going to write that down. Anybody else?
Well, I'd
Any
say
guesses?
Terry, probably.
Marion says Terry. Okay.
I'm going to say Terry as well.
Okay. Nancy says Terry. And does that mean George says Terry too? Okay. Well, and anybody else want to throw their name in there just so you'll have a chance? Bev, what do you say?
Terry.
Terry. Okay. Anybody else?
Let's all go for Terry.
Kitty?
Terry as well, because I'd forgotten he was in the.
And Rick, who did you say?
I'll go with Terry. Everybody else says it.
Rick.
Watch,
Okay.
we're all wrong.
Marilyn? No? Okay, so everybody's had a
Terry.
guess. Marilyn says Terry. Okay. So congratulations, Lynn. I gave you all a chance. Okay, so the answer was AC. But anyways, I've also abbreviated the one for June just so that you won't guess. There was some information that I thought was just too leading. So for June, did you know when I was no older than 10 years old, I played the national anthem on a grand piano to start a large public meeting at our public library? Who am I? And I'll let you send me an email, and that will be in the minutes. And
You're not telling us which national anthem, eh?
No, I'm not. And back
Here's
to
a
you,
try.
President Marion.
Okay. Well, I have to try to figure out who knows how to play piano. Anyway, I don't know. I have absolutely no clue. Okay, well, that's going to be interesting to see where we get to with that one. Okay, Rick, would you like to head our happy notes for tonight?
Okay, someone's got to be happy here. Anybody got to be happy here? It's June. It's getting warmer. Ah, Lynn, you're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted. Still muted.
Still muted. There we go. Okay. I am happy, but a little bit sad. As you know, we did sell our cottage up on Lake Huron, and we plan on doing some traveling and whatever, but it was sort of bittersweet. We had a great 5 seasons there. Happy that it's sold, happy that we're moving on.
And we're all happy for you then.
Thank you.
In that case, well, what else would it be? Who's next? Or should I just point you out? Okay, Marilyn, let's point you first.
I'm happy. I was at the Port Stanley Theater today and saw a great show featuring Lisa Way with the Opry. She did a whole lot of Opry songs. It was good. And yesterday I was at Stratford Theater to see Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. And I'm unhappy because I'm leaving the club, but I'm happy because I'm really socializing a lot.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
We're happy for you then.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Beth.
Well, I'm happy because I got to see my very first baseball game. I've never been to a Blue Jays game, so it was very nice to go to a Blue Jays game. Except that we went on Pink Day, like as in Barbie Pink Day. So it was kind of out of my element, but it was fun to see all these guys in pink.
Did they win?
Oh, they did an amazing job, and yes, they won, and they did it like really well. It was quite the nail biter, and
Usually is.
but it was good. No, they did a really good job. They were playing well.
Good.
It was a good game, so it was nice to go down and see a game. And my kids have all been to them. Friends and everything been to them, and I thought I think it's time. So I was able to go and do that. So I was thrilled to go and do it. Left my home because I figured the action would probably be a little bit much, and it was too long a day. And I figured there was nowhere for her to go and pee. So I thought we're just gonna go there. So she had a day off too and played with her friend all day. So
Very nice. So Bev, I understand. I mean, we follow the games. So I guess the stadium is really impressive. We haven't been there for years.
Oh, it was something else. There was stuff flashing, and you got to see pictures and singing. And I mean, they certainly got, if the crowd started to go down, they'd get it back up again. And it was quite something. It was just kind of mesmerizing. So I mean, I'm a little small town girl, so it's like, yeah, it was like way out of my league. But it was.
What sport are you going to try next?
Well, can I add a comment?
Okay.
I was at a Blue Jays baseball game years ago, and it was the backstory was that it was some auction, and it was I think it was it was a Rotary auction, and somebody bid on it to get the what do you call it, the special booth, I guess, up top, and you get the food served and all this kind of stuff.
A suite or a block.
A suite. Yeah. So anyway, and so we were part of that, but it was fantastic. But the food was fantastic, and you could see everything. What amazed me was how these guys are way out in the field, and they just throw a bullet to the first base or whatever. It's like, how can they throw that fast and that straight? And it looks as one thing on television, but when you see it in real life, it's like, oh my goodness, just wow. Anyway, that, interesting, very much fun. Yeah.
Yes, I've seen the game too. So. Nancy. Andrew.
Yeah, well, my happy is kind of calm compared to others here. I'm happy I finally got my plants in the ground. I've had these flowers since just after Mother's Day, the little annuals you like to put in for color. Finally got them in this week. So I hope they grow now. That's all. They've had a long time in their pots.
Yeah.
So George, you concur, or you have something different to say, be happy about?
Are you happy, George?
Yes, I'm always happy.
Oh,
Because I went to the doctor on Friday, first time that I ever met the lady. And you know that I think the young women do a super job.
She's a good doctor.
She sure the heck was. Oh,
Thought about that.
pretty
There's a bad
thorough.
one.
And, I think I'm going to live for another day or two.
Oh, good, good, good. We're all happy about that. That's what we got.
We are happy because it has taken us 2.5 years to find a doctor.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
yeah, yeah. That's
Consider ourselves lucky.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Thank
Susan.
I'm happy on very few levels. One of them I'm going to let you share, Rick, because I am very happy that Rick has a new item. And when he is on this new item, he smiles. But at the same time, I'm happy that we replaced our dishwasher, which I had not used since last fall. It was on the verge of dying. And the week the dishwasher was finally coming, mid-May, I thought, oh, I better start using it again, just so I don't forget, how you load a dishwasher. And didn't it die the day before they came? So I had judged correctly that it was time for a new one.
Oh, wow.
And I am very happy.
Kitty, what are we going to be happy about besides watching gay games?
I don't know. I'm just happy all the time. Things that happen during the day, anything. I mean, I'm just happy. We've had sunshine, we had rain today, we had warm temperatures, and then it got cold again. And I don't know. I'm here tonight, and I'm feeling good, and I'm happy, very happy.
Oh, good. That's a good feeling. Man.
Not happy. I haven't been able to kill that fly.
Oh. Sometime tonight we'll get a phone call. Yay! He's dead.
Could be worse, right? Oh, I don't know. I'm happy. Charles got his hay baling done yesterday. And so he was in today, and I had my hair appointment today, and she told me I have to come in next week on Tuesday because she has to get a colonoscopy Wednesday, and I'm happy I'm not getting one. Thank goodness for that. I've already had two. I don't even look to think about when I have to get it again. Ew. So I'm happy I'm not in that situation.
And I guess I'm happy because Susan talked me into getting a scooter because she said, don't go to any stores with her. It's too long, too hard. And so she talked me into this little thing, and I was really a little nervous because she has to take it apart and put it in the car because if I do it, I'll fall on the ground. So that was fine. We got the scooter and we went to Costco today. And if you've ever been on a walker, it's dangerous in Costco because nobody looks where they're going. They just looking up there and go full steam ahead. But when you're in a little scooter doing high speed, get out of your way. You look like a crazy old man zipping around Costco. I would consider high speeds, but it was going there, and people will actually get out of your way. Compared to a walker, they just kind of crowd in and knock you over and don't care. Where they're in danger, they're out of the way. So I had a very happy day. And so what was really funny was that I lost Susan. So I zoomed around trying to find her, found her. And she says, yeah, I'm still stopping. So away I went again, back and forth, up and down. And then I couldn't find her again. And apparently she was screaming at me, but I was going too fast. And
Does your scooter come with a seat belt?
No.
And a
horn? It does not. Yes, it comes with a horn. But it's a weird little horn. It's like a
oh, that's here. I'll beat mine.
Yeah, see, that's not very. I want to get an air horn. Just clear whole aisles right out there like that, and that would be fun. So you can get those air horns on. I can maybe I should get one of those and then put it on my little basket in front and just. And what's nice is I feel safer because I can hold them off. I had to hold on to the walker. Here I have one hand free to push the little carts out of the way and scream at them. But I didn't have to scream. I just had a lot of fun. So that's my happiness today. Was I had a bit of a thrill running around Costco at high speed. and Matt
He's never smiled in Costco before.
Just keep an eye. Just
past
keep
couple
an
years.
eye on your power level, because if you go zipping around a place that big, you might run out of oomph before
Well,
you
Susan charged it up yesterday, so to make sure we're set for today. And so that was fine, because we go out into over to shoppers near us and all that. And the scooter, I wanted to make it small as I could because I was afraid Susan couldn't be able to lift this. So I got a small one. And I can see why big tires are really nice. Going over a curb can be a little rough. Thank God they got those really bars at the back to keep me in shape there type idea. And the sidewalks in our neighborhood, they're 40 some odd years old. They're not the best sidewalks. So when you go along there, there's
yeah.
So yes, there's pros and cons against having a real big scooter. And the con for small ones is that it's a little rough getting off high things. I went over one sidewalk that was buckled like that. And I wanted to say, Evil Knievel, here I come. Up a canal or something.
Yeah, just be a little careful with that stuff.
It's when Susan's walking with me. Of course, it's very low speed when Susan's walking with me, and then one day I accidentally just boosted a little, and she was trotting along beside me and hitting me. I wondered why. I was just going a little too fast. I had to crank it back, and yeah. Anyway, back to you.
I can just imagine it. I really can. It's a lot of fun sometimes with the scooter, but see, people get out of your way, because if you run over their feet with your scooter, they're going to really realize it.
Yes.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank God the scooter has an automatic thing, so that if you're going too fast and you turn, it cuts power back.
Yeah, mine doesn't have that.
Yeah, well, mine has that. If you're doing too fast, you're going to turn, it cuts the power back when you turn the things.
Yeah. Oh, they're really helpful. That's for sure.
Yes.
When I started with my scooter, it was nice to be able to go back and go get groceries again, instead of just having to send somebody with a list and hope that they got me what I wanted. Because I get picky with like choosing fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, and then somebody does it for you, and it's like, I wouldn't have picked that. So I do really like the fact that I can go all around the grocery store and stuff. So yeah, I'm glad for you, Rick, because it certainly gives you an opportunity to get out and about more that way.
Basically, I still have the walker for trips and whatnot, but it's you get tired trying to balance people whipping around you, because if they hit you accidentally, they can send you flying. But in my case, they can send me flying with my balance issue, like off the edge.
Yeah.
But now maybe in the future we'll get a bigger vehicle, bigger scooter, and have large bumpers on them. Bit of a crowd.
But what you need now is a big helmet and a leather jacket, and you just go right through the store, and they're all going to go, "Oh my God, get away from that guy!"
You get a helmet that's got an visor on it, puts over your face. Wouldn't that be freaky for people to watch?
Yeah. Anyway, that sounds like a lot of fun. That's for sure. Anyway, that was fun. Anybody have any brags that you want to give that while we're at it?
I don't have a brag, but I had mentioned this little short video if anybody wants me to play it with the two Rotarians.
Yeah, sure.
I'll just, and it's just funny.
Good day. I'm Evan Burrow. Hi, I'm Tom Gump. Good day. I'm Evan Burrow. Hi, I'm Tom Gump.
You have to look carefully.
Good day. I'm Evan Burrow. Hi, I'm Tom Gump.
Tom is wearing Evan's
They're not who they say they are. And I've seen both of them, and I've known both of them. And when I saw that video yesterday, it's like, oh, which one is which? But I was looking on my phone. But and I mean, you recognize Evan Burl because that's the jacket and the pants and the tie he wears. He is 150% Rotary. So it's just hilarious. And that was such a funny video. At least I thought it was hilarious. So that's two Rotarians to finish the meeting.
Well, then to finish off this meeting and this year, let's get the four-way test again for the last time this year. Of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And Kitty?
And the unwritten fifth rule, will it be fun?
Well, I hope for this year that you've all had as much fun as you possibly could. I've had fun being here with you. Thank you all for your service and your fellowship. It's been a great year, and I look forward to the future and seeing all of you in that. So as of that, this meeting is now adjourned.